My mom. Today we're going to be talking about the Procrastination Sandwich.
What's my name?
Her name's Monique Thompson. AKA she's actually since she got her scholar's degree, now she's Dr. Thompson.
I got my scholar's degree.
And I'm Aaliyah Thompson.
Okay. All right. So today we're going to talk about the procrastination sandwich. So basically, what I noticed is that people tend to really worry about whether or not they're getting things done, and so then that anxiety. Think about it this way: what goes up must come what? Down. Right. So I am a psychotherapist. My assistant is wandering away. I'm a psychotherapist, and one of the things that I do is help people with productivity, and I help them figure out whether or not what they're experiencing is a clinical problem or just a behavioral issue. And typically, when it comes to your academic procrastination, it's a behavioral problem. Now, it could go, if you don't get it under control, it can become a clinical problem, but let's not go there. Let's just worry about fixing it, okay? So now my assistant has turned on cartoons. We're going to see if we can't get her back. Aaliyah, could you return to the show? Lili, could you come back?
What?
Thank you for coming back. Okay, but what Lili was demonstrating is that sometimes what you want to do is turn on the
TV
instead of doing what you're supposed to do. So basically, that's actually how the procrastination sandwich works. You do something that you want to do first for 5, maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes at the most, okay? So you're going to do something that you really like to do. Watch TV, listen to music, go outside, call a friend, get on social media, whatever you want to do. And then, what do, Lili? You get
back on business.
Back on business. You get back on task. So then you get back on task and you do what you're supposed to do for the same amount of time that you were procrastinating. So let's say that you were procrastinating for 10 minutes, then you're going to get back on task for 10 minutes. Now, if you're writing an essay, like a scholarship essay, you want to prepare for this by already maybe having some windows up, maybe having your document open, maybe already having the criteria picked out. But if you haven't even done that, don't worry about it, because that can be the first thing that you do when you pause on your procrastination. Now, the other thing that I recommend you have is your phone or a timer of some type, because you're not going to stop on your own. You think you will, but you won't. You're going to be right in the middle of that movie, and you're going to say, I'm just going to do 5 more minutes. And then 5 more minutes is going to turn into 10 more minutes, 15 more minutes. And then you're going to take a nap, and then you're going to want a snack, and then you're going to remember that you forgot to do something else. And then before you know it, it's the next morning, and you didn't get your task done. So now you have that anxiety we were talking about before, because maybe it was an important task and you have a pressing deadline. And now you're starting to think horrible things about yourself. You're thinking, I'm terrible. I don't ever get things done on time. I just can't do it. It's not meant for me. Maybe this is not what God wanted for my life. None of these things are true. It's just that you have to learn how to trick your brain. So why does procrastination work? Because our brains love dopamine. Can you say that word, Lili? Dopamine. Now, Lili put in the first video that no one's going to do drugs, right? No one. We're not doing drugs. But as it turns out, there are chemicals that you release called happy chemicals in your own brain that help you to feel good. And dopamine is one of those chemicals. So you can release it on your own by doing pleasurable activities like whatever you want to do. For me, I like to watch Netflix shows. Lili, what do you like to do?
Easy. Eat.
Lili likes to have a snack. Yeah, I like snacks too. Yeah. So whatever you're doing, you're having pleasure. When your brain experiences pleasure, it wants more of that. And unfortunately for you, guess what your brain doesn't like? It doesn't like pain. And when you have to do something that you don't want to do, you experience a little emotional pain. So your brain is going to be repulsed by pain, and it's not going to give you any interest in doing it. So in the first video I mentioned, just never, ever, 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 ever wait to be interested in doing something that you don't want to do. It's just never going to happen. Do not wait for it. But you can use the procrastination sandwich. So this is good for scholarship essays. This is good for if you don't want to exercise, but you know you need to. Then you just tell yourself you're just gonna listen to a song for 5 minutes while you're walking, and then you just switch gently over to a nice little jog for 15 minutes or 5 minutes or whatever, and then you go back to having fun. So basically, the way the procrastination sandwich works, and Lili and I are going to use our hands. Her hands are going to be the fun part of the sandwich, the bread, and my hand is going to be the meat. So you do something fun, put your hand up for the sandwich, and then you do something hard, and then you do something fun again. Put your hand back. And there you go. You have a procrastination sandwich. You know you have your bread on the outside of the meat. This is supposed to be inside. So anyway, basically, whenever you're getting ready to do your college applications, especially when you're searching for scholarships and you just don't feel like looking anymore because you're not finding anything, then break it up into small bites of that procrastination sandwich. Works like a charm. Don't play with your teeth while you're supposed to be doing a video. Just don't. Okay. Questions that I get about procrastination. Is it ever really a problem, like something you need to get help with?
No.
Yes, sometimes it is. Okay. But what you want to do is try. Try first and see if you can get yourself going. If you can get yourself going, then even if it is a clinical problem, you've bought yourself some time. All right. So I just want to be clear that procrastination can be an issue, kind of a part of mental health issue. But mostly you should be able to get this going on your own. All right. If you just practice some little things. There's a cool podcast that I like for this, iprocrastinate.net. I've entered the link to that podcast in the description. And there is a SoundCloud where I've walked you through the procrastination sandwich, and I'll enter that link in the description box as well. And then as far as like the tasks that you need to do that you're probably not going to want to do, I recommend a to-do list. So write down that you need to write your scholarship essays, write down that you need to study for your ACT, your SAT, that you're needing to fill out college applications, especially really long ones like the Common App. Or if you're doing the HBCU Common App, writing that down. If you haven't set up your UNCF profile, which is very important. If you're going to a UNCF member school, then you want to go on the UNCF site and you have to set up a separate profile to be considered for most of those scholarships, which they're great scholarships. I mean, really, you only need like a 2.5 cumulative for many of those scholarships. But guess what? You're not going to feel like doing your profile. So that was one of the secrets, if you will, which I don't believe in keeping secrets from people about what we've learned over the last 6 years. It's just something that we learned, okay? Is that procrastination was playing a huge role in getting things done. So even after we learned that, oh, you need to apply for that scholarship, found a great scholarship, and then nothing would happen. You know, no application finished or the essay's undone, not a rough draft, just totally not done, things like that. So UNCF profile, you need to do that. You're going to procrastinate. Plan on the procrastination and do the procrastination sandwich. Come on, you try it again with me, Lili. Your hand's the bread. My hand is the meat. So this is the procrastination. Then you do something productive, and then you procrastinate some more on purpose. And then you take a little bite at a time until your task is complete. Yeah, but don't bite my finger. Okay. Anyway, the other part that I noticed that students in the program procrastinated on was practicing the speed reading for getting yourself in a better position for the ACT. So anybody that's out there, if you're taking the ACT, you know that you have less than a minute to finish that each question, which is insane, but it can be done. So one of the ways that we got Tamia's score improved was to help her with practicing speed reading. So with speed reading, you want to practice about 15 minutes a day, but you're not going to feel like it. So same thing, you procrastinate, do your practice, and procrastinate again. Now here's a couple of tips. I don't recommend that you try doing all of your college applications all in one setting. Like, I'm going to sit down on Saturday, and I'm going to get them all done. Saturday's going to come. There's going to be many things you want to do, and you put too much work onto one day. So when we're doing the bites, come on, let's do this bite. You want to take a little small bite of. You got to put your hand. Your hand's the procrastination. On my hand's the meat. There we go. You want to take a small bite out of things a little bit at a time. So instead of putting all your college application process on one day, you want to do a little bit at a time. Okay, so think about that. Small bites each day. And then, well, how do you eat an elephant? How do you eat an elephant, Lili?
Easy. You take one
bite at a
time.
Exactly. That's how you eat an elephant. And that's how we did it. Thanks so much, Lili. You're going to tell everybody bye and take us out.
Bye everybody. I just want y'all to know, just get everything done. Even though you might not want to do it, just do it. And stay safe, stay sweet, be nice to your brothers and sisters if you have one. If you don't, just be nice to your pets if you have one. Okay. Bye. Send this out to all of your friends. Subscribe and hit the like button.